I greet this morning, I greet the ring of power, I greet the rising sun, and as you see, I am here, not in Portugal. I'm since a week already traveling, and I'm now in Austria for 1 week of retreat and fasting. And I'm in a room because I arrived here in the darkness, and I could not find in the darkness my power place for meditation, and so I stayed this morning here in this room. And I took the card yesterday in the evening. It was still in a movement, still arriving, not really from a deep meditation, but I took the card Indigenous Power. And for me this was very touching, because we had already last week the roots of the land where we live. Can we feel it? Can we really connect to it? What is the land telling us towards the connection towards peace? And for me it was a moment where something changed in the Ring of Power last week, because before I was so much in the pain of what is happening in the Middle East right now, and it was so full of not seeing to what is the path out of it. It was really this kind of desperation, how I described it already. And in the moment of the Ring of Power, something came to a certain calmness. Something came to this point: you have to go back to the roots where peace can start to grow. And that we now choose the card Indigenous Power, for me is, last week it was more what is coming from the land, from the ancestors' land. And now Indigenous Power is asking us, do you know the ancestors' line of you? Do you know? And we don't remember all. It's clear we don't know it, but maybe in our cell system we know it. And in our cell system we can find the memory how we can live, and we are not responsible in a way for the past, what happened there, but we should be aware when was the beginning of the history of war. And because I did not put the card last evening in this really deep meditation, I thought I'd do it once more this morning. Take a card, what is it about this week? And it's funny, but then I took the card Canaan. And so I feel a real line in it from the 3 last cards I took, because Canaan is now really connected to the ancestors' wisdom of the land where the war is taking place right now in Middle East. And when I go really back to the roots, what happened there in the history? What is the prehistorical utopia in this land? What does the landscape tell us about the memory of war and the memory of peace? Then I come, in my meditation this morning, I came very close to this mythology which is there in the center, where it's so much about love and about the beginning of the patriarchal culture, where we started to call love what is not love. Love and ownership became one. And that is the story of Abraham and his wife Sarah and his maid Hagar. And Hagar became pregnant. Sarah first could not become pregnant. Later she became pregnant, and Abraham sent Hagar out into the desert and stayed with Sarah. So we feel already there in the beginning there is the pain in love, there is the fear of loss in love, which we all know in our cell memory. And this ownership, this feeling you are belonging to me and I have a right for your love. All these stories is there deep in the cell memory. And imagine we really dare to meditate. Do we have a memory what was before? Or can we see a picture what it does mean that you are really loved and that you are not sent away? That there is Hagar and Sarah in solidarity becoming pregnant both from the same man, and that the whole line which came out of it, Ismail, Hagar, the line of the Palestinians, the Bedouins, and Sarah and Abraham, the line of Isaac and Israel. Imagine there is really, really deep trust, really deep memory of how to live together, that everyone has his right to be who she or he really is. And I can say in me the power came back, that I could also, with the support of a constellation work with Siegfried Essen, to give back what I am here now and this time not responsible for, what happened in the past. I see the pain and I don't close my eyes in front of it, but I give it back to the past so that I'm free, really free, to say, here I am now, to understand the real adventure of peace. And so to take the responsibility from here, not wanting to act out of a reaction which is coming from desperation or feeling of guilt, but really with this freedom. What is peace about? And so I invite you and also me to take the coming week again and again to go to these deep roots where the adventure of peace comes out. What is mine in the name of the adventure of peace right now? And out of this power and joy, maybe we find first really deep pictures for the meditation, which allow us to trust into peace. And from there, I'm still waiting whether there is coming up a picture of an action where we really feel it's not naive or it doesn't have any impact, really coming from this inner clarity of inner peace, the reality of peace. So in this sense, I wish all of us a blessed week. I will have a deep retreat, and I will use this retreat as deep as possible to allow pictures to come, to allow the picture we are loved. And from this love, we can discover the adventure of peace. We know peace, and from this peace, we can discover the real adventure of love. May this week be a blessed week. Yasin.